another Saturday morning. Means another day of going out and thrift shopping. Don't really expect to find much today. I'm kind of in a crummy mood. Don't even really feel like going out, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So we'll see. Taking the usual route today. First stop, Goodwill number 1. There's some decent shit here. Another Spider-Man dildo. $15 PlayStation, but I got some other good stuff that I couldn't actually record while I was doing it. So, yeah, be a decent pickup day, I think. All right, so I just hit the first Savers on my normal route. I think I failed you guys miserably because they had a lot of games actually this time around and game-related stuff. However, I had this chick hawking me as I was walking through the aisle, so I couldn't pull out the camera to record. But I'll give you a little preview of what I got. It's been a pretty decent day so far in the short day that it's been looking for stuff. So I don't know. Savers number 2. I don't even know why I come here because I never find anything, but it's on the route, so here we go. The $20 PlayStation Twins are still here.
Please check our posted signs or see one of our card members to find out what color tag is on sale today. Our daily color tag sale, just $1.
Check this shit the fuck out. Today, my friend, is a good day. Alright, so I just had a very successful trip at Thrift Town, and now I am going to the outdoor flea market down that way. Welcome to today's Video Game Hunting Live wrap-up. I got a lot of good stuff, and I can't wait to get into all that, but first I want to start off with something I got earlier in the week. I was able to find myself a Nintendo challenge set. This is complete with the exception of Super Mario Brothers. I'm not going to go ahead and take it out, but everything's in good shape. I've tested it out. The pins are pretty much pristine. Like the game that I put in started up right away. No flashing screen, no flashing lights, none of that nonsense. So it's actually in really good shape. It doesn't seem like it's been used a whole lot. The total on this was $60, but I only wound up paying about $20. I'm going to go ahead and explain to you how that happened. Now, throughout the course of my video game hunting, I tend to pick up a lot of games that I don't necessarily want for my collection, but I know that they're actually, relatively valuable. And even though I have no interest in them, I'll buy them anyway with the purpose of reselling. I know, myself included, I'm not a huge fan of resellers. However, it is something that I actually do to fund my collection quite a bit. And quite honestly, I mean, people like myself who do this on a regular basis, we know what stuff is worth and what it sells for and whatnot. If we come across a $60 game for $5, what moron isn't going to buy it and resell it in order to get more stuff that they want? So, within the last, I want to say 2 months or so, I found myself a copy of Digimon, was it Rumble Arena 2 for PlayStation 2, and I got myself a second copy of Star Wars Battlefront on the Xbox. I paid $5 each for those. After fees and all that nonsense from eBay and PayPal, I wound up making, let me think, hold on, 25, call it 21 after fees. People like myself don't necessarily like resellers, people who buy cheap and then sell high, but it's part of the game. What are you going to do? The first thrift store that I visited today was Savers. It's usually the first place I stop to on my normal route. I actually found some pretty decent stuff there this time. I was actually really surprised. So without further ado, let me go ahead and get into it. This one, I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with this one. I'm not a big Final Fantasy guy. I've mentioned that before, but I got Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles for the GameCube. Hopefully that shows up well. I've been having a lot of problems with this camera. This is complete and in very good condition. Now, I know this game it's not a valuable game by any means. And it looks decent. I mean, I don't know. I might give it a play. We'll see. I don't know. Mario Golf Toadstool Tour, also not a valuable game. I should also mention that I got each one of these games for $6. Now this Mario Golf, the disc is pretty rough. I can't tell if it's crud on there or if it's scratched, but looking at it under the light, it doesn't look like there's any damage to the data. So I'm pretty sure I'll be able to clean it up and get it working. If not, you know, whatever, it's $6. I took a gamble on it. I got Disney Sports Snowboarding or skateboarding, whatever. GameCube actually has quite a few interesting skateboarding games in its library. Non-Tony Hawk skateboarding games. I don't know, it looks kind of fun. We'll see. Again, it's not a particularly valuable game. However, it looks fun and it's something that I don't mind spending $6 on. And aside from that Mario Golf, all these games are in great condition. Alright, so the last GameCube game that I picked up at the Savers was Pokemon XD for the GameCube. And I'm not going to lie, I'm one of those guys. If I don't know anything about a game, I'll whip out the cell phone and I'll look it up. This is roughly a $30 game. This game is complete and in really good condition. And I have absolutely no intention of keeping this whatsoever. I hate Pokemon. I hate them. I hate everything associated with it. And it's crazy because my daughter, she's 12 years old, and she just now discovered Pokemon, is really into this or whatever. Which is whatever, it's fine. You know, I'll buy her Pokemon junk. But when I was coming up in high school, that's when the Pokemon craze started. And Pokemon was basically, it was popular, but it was for nerds. And that's just the way I still look at it. This is certainly going to go to help pay for everything that I bought today. This one really caught my eye. I saw this from what seemed like halfway across the store. And I was bugging out when I saw it. It's pretty freaking cool. I got a boxed Sega Menacer for $6, which is awesome. I'm actually going to go ahead and open this up real quick so you can see what's inside. Unfortunately, it's not complete. It does have, I'm sure anybody who has come across these in the past knows exactly what I'm going to say is missing. So I've got my Menacer gun, right? I've got 2 of the scopes. I think this is the mount for the scope. What's missing, obviously the game, but the sensor's missing, which is unfortunate, but I'm sure I'll run across one relatively cheap in the future, so I'm not really worried about it. I was just really ecstatic to actually have the box and the gun for $6. I mean, you can't really beat that. It had quite a bit of video game stuff there today, and it wasn't bad stuff at all. It was actually, a lot of the stuff was really good. I passed up a few things. There was a PlayStation 1 controller. It was a translucent red controller. It was $5. I really wanted it because I like colored controllers, like first party controllers, and I don't have a red one. But $5 was definitely a little bit too much for me, so I decided to pass on that. They had some other stuff there. They had some PlayStation games that I would have gotten had I not gotten the rest of this stuff. I was trying to keep the cost down, but you know, I'm sure it'll probably still be there. I mean, it wasn't like exciting stuff. Maybe I'll show you next week if I pick it up. But you know, I saw all these things there, and I'll tell you, I missed the Mario Golf the first time around. So when I saw it the second time, I went back and forth through that aisle looking at the games and all the DVDs and whatnot, making sure I didn't miss anything. And it was the same thing where they have all the electronic stuff, which is where they usually keep the video game items. And I must have combed the little baggies on the shelf like 5 or 6 times, and then as I was walking away, I caught something out of the corner of my eye, and I could tell it was a Game Boy Advance game. And I didn't see it the first few times I looked at it, so I immediately, you know, went over to it, snatched it off the rack, and there's this bag full of Game Boy Advance games for $3. The first one I saw in there was Rocky, which is like, whatever. I actually thought it was only one game at first, and then obviously after I pulled off the shelf, I realized it was more. So I'm going to go ahead and stand up for that. There's Rocky. What is this? I can't even. I'm going blind. I think it says Crash Bandicoot Huge Adventure. I don't know anything about that. The label's actually ripped, so yeah. This is where it starts getting good. I love Revenge of Shinobi. I know this is not like the Sega Genesis version. However, it is Revenge of Shinobi, and that to me made the entire package worth it. And then, even better, Metroid Fusion. So, yeah. $3 for 4 decent games. I'm not complaining. It's really good. From there, I went to the second Savers, where I found absolutely nothing, as usual. I might even start eliminating that from the route, but I mean, it's close to 2 other places that I go to, like very close, like right across the street. So I'd hate to eliminate it and then have them start getting stuff and not find it. You know, many times I've gone into stores, like, I don't know, 15, 20 times without finding anything video game related, and then all of a sudden I find something amazing. So, I don't know. In the interest of saving time, it's like 5-10 minutes, so I guess it's not too bad. Anyway, from there I went to Thrift Town, which is actually right across the street from Savers, and I found some pretty decent stuff. I'm going to start off with the weak sauce first. So, I got myself one of these more or less universal type power cords for Dreamcast, PlayStation. This one was 99 cents. You can never have enough of these, believe me. I got this Mad Catz RF switch. It's a universal switch. It's got, oh wow, I didn't notice these were labeled. Huh. Awesome. All right. Oh shit. Well, that sucks. I didn't even notice the pin on here is broken, so it's pretty much useless unless I can actually replace it. Damn it. This was $2. Crap, I didn't even notice that, so that makes it, like I said, just totally not worth it. But it's got a PlayStation adapter, it's got a Sega CD adapter, it's got a Sega Saturn adapter, and it's got a Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo thing on there, GameCube, whatever. But like I said, I didn't even notice that the RF pin was broken off. Well, it pays to check your stuff before you get it. $2 down the drain, but that's okay. It happens sometimes, part of the game. $4 for this NES Zapper. I don't need this. $4 is actually pretty high also, for something like this anyway. However, as I am trying to learn how to fix electronics, I ran across a project online to turn an NES Zapper into an actual like laser gun. And it looks like a pretty cool project, and it doesn't look particularly difficult, so I wanted an extra one just to try doing that. And if I can't get that to work, or if I just don't find the time to do it, I'll pair it with one of my other Nintendos. Whatever. It's $4, not a big deal. I don't care. Sega Dreamcast for $6 with no cords, no controllers. It has a copy of World Series Baseball inside. Let's see how the disc looks. Wow, the disc is actually pristine. So that's nice. I haven't tested this yet. It's a little bit yellow. I'm sure it probably works. These things are like tanks, man. As far as CD-based systems are concerned, the Dreamcast is definitely one of the better built ones. I have not run across one of these yet that was broken. So pretty excited about that. Not really, because I have 3 already. So I'll be selling this one. And I pulled a little sneaky move. I'm not exactly proud of it, nor am I sorry I did it. Another one of these universal power adapters. I found one. I found 2 actually. Obviously you've already seen one. But I found this one first, and as soon as I got it, I just went and popped it into the back of the Dreamcast and just took it up to the register like that, and I got the power cord that was originally 99 cents, and then the $5.99 Dreamcast for $5.99. So there you go. A little trick in case you guys find stuff like that. You find system only and then find the cords separate somewhere else. Stick the cords in the machine, take it up to the register. I'm sorry. I know it might be a thrift store and they're helping the community, supposedly. But, you got to do what you can. So, on my way out, I was walking up to the register. I walked past this cart. This particular thrift store, they have a large cart, and usually I see them putting electronic stuff on there. So, they had a cart in the electronics section. I walked past it a couple times. I didn't see anything that interested me. But as I was walking, I swear, I don't know if somebody picked it up and put it back or what, but it wasn't on there the first 2 times I made my little trip around it, because I looked very hard, unless there was something else on top of it I didn't notice. Anyway, I was walking up to the register. I saw this. I did a double take, and I was like, yoink, I'm taking that. This is probably the best find that I've got all day, and I'm going to show you up close. This is the Pokemon Edition Game Boy Color, and it was $3.99. And it has the battery cover on there too. And as an extra bonus, Pokemon Yellow, the special Pikachu edition. Pretty nifty. This is actually a pretty expensive game as far as cart-only used games go. I don't know, it looked like it was bringing in like $20 to $30, somewhere in that range, and this one is in really good shape. Like, there's no label damage or anything, and it's clean. I will definitely be selling this one off again to pay for the rest of this crap. So Pokemon crap came to save the day today. I'm pretty excited about this. I've never actually seen one of these up close, and to find it for $3 with a game inside and in perfect working condition. The screen is pretty good. It's got a couple little scratches on it, but it's not really noticeable or anything. It's in really good shape. No battery corrosion, nothing. I mean, it's in great shape and it works perfectly. So, like I said, for $3, you're definitely the best find of the day. Probably the best find of the last month or so, maybe. Anyway, from there on, it's pretty much downhill. I found some decent stuff at the indoor flea market. Like I said, nothing too exciting. But I did happen to come across a game that I had been looking for a little while, and I was actually kind of tempted within the last, well, I'd say about 2 weeks ago, to buy this on eBay, but I'm glad I didn't. I got a copy of Celebrity Deathmatch for the PlayStation for $2. All these games are complete. I got myself a copy of Blasto for the original PlayStation for $2. Actually, I should just go ahead and mention this now. Everything that I bought at that indoor flea market was $2. So, here we go. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, Tony Hawk's American Wasteland, Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, Twisted Metal, Head On, PlayStation 2, and another one I've been kind of interested in for quite a while, but just never ran across or never really had a chance to play. It was Kill Switch. I brought these up to the register, and I don't know if the lady actually spoke to her last weekend. She had a Nintendo 64, and I think she had like 24, 25 games, something like that. And I was buying games, so she asked me, how much I knew about them or whatever. And she hadn't put them out yet. She was asking what she should price it at. And I told her, let me take a look at it. I'll be able to let you know. She got the lot for $15. The Nintendo 64 was completely filthy. It was disgusting. It had the jumper pack. It didn't have the expansion pack. And most of the games were sports games and wrestling games. But she did have a few gems. She had Mario RPG. I think she had Mario Kart. And there was something else decent. But I let her know, the Mario RPG was the one. Not RPG, was it? No, I'm sorry, Paper Mario, whatever. It's the same shit, really. But she had Paper Mario. And I told her, that's a $20 game or whatever. You can go ahead and sell the rest of the lot for like $30 and you'll get your money's worth and then some. But go ahead and sell this one separately. So, she was pretty thankful that I told her that. But she also, I don't know, she looked at me kind of funny when I said that. Like she was skeptical. I don't know. Anyway. So anyway, bottom line. She rung me up, and I don't know, she looked like she was having trouble with the register, and then, I don't know, she kind of gave me, like, a funny look, like she was hooking me up. So I wound up actually not paying for one of those $2 games. I got those 7 games for $12.80 with taxes. So, you know, it was a pretty nice deal. I can't complain about that. And I'm going to warn you guys now, I like going to that flea market a lot. They tend to have a lot of decent stuff, you know, at very fair prices. So the first day that I went filming in there, I actually had one of the people that run. One of them actually, she kind of caught me. She looked over my shoulder as I was trying to film. So I decided to kind of stop filming in the store because I've kind of built up a rapport with these people and some of the vendors too. And I don't want to get I don't want to get banned from that place. I mean, it's one of my main spots now, so I'm probably not going to show much or any footage of that place in the future. I'll try, but you know, I don't want to get myself in trouble because that's one of the few places that actually has a lot of decent stuff at very, very fair prices. So there's that. You know, I tried not to make this a 30-minute video. As far as actual footage, there really wasn't much because there wasn't much at most of the stores that I went to. So I'm not even going to bother showing that anymore. I mean, at first I thought, you know, it's going to be interesting for people to see that there's nothing there, but you know, that's not interesting. It's not. And after doing the first video where it went on and on and on for 30 minutes, you know, I just decided I'm going to keep it as short as possible. So yeah, I mean, I don't even know how much footage there is. I don't think it's even really going to be a whole lot to make like a game hunting live. This might be just another pickup video. So yeah, there's that. Thanks for watching.